All right, so let's just look at some tools. Again, here it's a great opportunity to participate, to also suggest the tools like you did, like Hotjar, and whatever else you have been actually working with, and that has helped you. It doesn't need to be perfect, just something from experience. So the tools for landing page building and optimization that I love, I clustered into 3 segments, like the free stuff, yeah, the very dedicated paid stuff for landing page building, and some additional tools. So who of you has no idea how to code their own HTML and CSS? Yeah, I guess most of you, yeah. So you know how to code that. Don't tell me anything else. Just go for Squarespace and Wix. They have amazing landing page templates that help you create a website. It can be even on a different domain or on a subdomain of your current one. Do not get discouraged because you cannot afford the tool or the tool is too complex. Wix and Squarespace simply have solved this usability issue. I personally think they are too slow for me and too boxed in. But if I were in a position that I don't want to spend $100 for a landing page tool, I understand that. But there is no excuse to do it at all thanks to tools like Squarespace and Wix. And then the next level is whatever landing page tool you are using at the moment, like WordPress, plus something like Google Optimize. Yeah, Google Optimize is a free tool that is based on Google Analytics that gives you a visual, I'm going to show it to you in a second, a visual way to change your website and do A/B tests. This could be anything. This could be your Shopify store. It could be a WordPress website. What are you guys using for your website? Just shout it into the room. WordPress? Anything else than fucking WordPress? Drupal? Yeah. What? Craft, Shopify, all cool. Bootstrap, yeah. Self-coded. That combined with Google Optimize, voila, landing page tool with A/B testing capabilities. Yeah. Or you use HubSpot for your landing pages. There you have built-in A/B testing, and it actually gets in the way of Google Optimize. Yeah. So you want to focus on whatever comes with the tool set you're using. And then the next level are the dedicated landing page tools. My favorite one here at the beginning, Instapage, and I also like Unbounce and Lead Pages. I personally, I am hooked on Instapage. It's the only tool that lets me go as deep as I want with fanciness. But if I sit in a room with 6 60-year-old CEOs, half an hour later, they have a high converting landing page that looks awesome. And I don't know how they're doing this, yeah. And I'm a bit sad that they go more and more towards enterprise and not startups. But it's still, I have not found a better tool. This is why I'm asking you now. What are you using to build your landing pages? Have you tried any other dedicated tools? You guys use HubSpot. How happy are you with the landing page builder of that, or anything else is good as well? Sebastian?
Well, I pretty much like the landing page builder and also the built-in CMS. If you want to use it, the CMS is pretty expensive, to be honest, because it also has its limitations. But especially concerning personalization, it's way better than anything else. You can maybe visual website optimizer.
So we're talking about HubSpot, right?
If anybody is interested, you can basically connect your CRM data with personalized content on a website, which is awesome if you don't have any customers and want them to convert. You can show them pretty much interesting content again, or customers who already converted, basically, they can see something else, which is, I think, one of the most advanced things you can do nowadays.
It is. So all your CRM data, whatever they did, whatever they downloaded, is already available at the time when they open the landing page. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. Any other tools you have been practicing with? Who said like Bootstrap? Yeah, have you tried like any type of A/B testing with your custom Bootstrap? Not yet. Try it with Google Optimize. It's such a simple experience. Yeah, and it's free. Yeah, to do that. Yeah. Anybody else would love to share? So let's look into some of those tools. Otherwise, yeah. So this is my website, or a former version of my website. Just a teachable website, something like WordPress, just for learn management software systems. And I've been running Google Optimize on it, and you see that it's like a layer on top of your landing page. It gets another frame, and whenever you press on an element like a text or an image, you can now edit it. So I can simply type in and edit the text, and then suddenly I can make it bigger, and it goes from the growth marketing treasure map to level up your marketing skills and make it a bit bigger. And now I can test how many more people join the crew, enter the free course. And I can test the call to action. And you do not need to know how to code. But to be honest, if you don't know a little bit of HTML and CSS, you can mess up a lot of experiences. It's not super intuitive, but if you just stick to changing text and images and make stuff a little bit bigger and smaller, no problem at all. It's completely free, at least what Google calls free. That means we are the product, and the data that we are selling to them. But it's pretty simple to do. And you can get all the information here with the link if you download the slides. What it can do, for example, it can give you now a clear analysis of which version was better. The original one, we can see that we got 280 sessions participating in that, and the new version with 441 sessions, it has a 98% probability of being better, and this median conversion rate was around 25%, and this was around 35%. So I got an upgrade of the median conversion rate of 10%, absolute, not uplift, but absolute improvement from 25 to 35 with my changes. And I can see how those changes develop over time. So I'm sure I'm not just affected by a recency effect. Any new elements have a tendency to be more click, to be interesting. Imagine you see some new option on your favorite tool or on Amazon. You tend to click it more often, but over time you should see consistent better results, which is the green line, compared to the dotted line, which is the original one. All done for you for free within Google Analytics and Google Optimize, of course. It's the same data set. It's just a visual layer on top of Google Analytics. They basically stole what Google Optimize, what Optimizely has built. But they moved towards the enterprise sector, which opened it up for Google to copy it. And to offer it for all of us, which I'm pretty grateful for. Has anybody of you tried Google Optimize yet? So a couple of you. How was your experience with Google Optimize? Did it work? Was it a mess? It's already on.
It's a while ago, but I found it quite straightforward to use. And plus one more thing, if you don't know about the coding, you could also just create another page and use, I don't know, whatever page builder or what you're using, and then A/B test one page to another page if you don't want to do it in this kind of editor.
We're gonna talk about that on the 4 levels. So you guys, do you have questions?
Just
Simon?
Something to add. I've been working with Optimizely before. Optimize is a knockoff of Optimizely before.
It is.
Google got it as a free product. That's nice. And it helped really to increase conversion by many percentage. So I can really recommend it.
So Optimizely is also worth it. In the B2B segment specifically, where you have high value per customer.
I was just asking what Google Optimize was. I didn't know whether it was like when you have your page on Google.
No, it is this thing here, that additional frame. You install it like Google Analytics.
Right.
So it's a tool that you install on your website, like Google Analytics, and then when you open your Chrome browser and have the right plugin installed, you can now suddenly edit your website visually. And then say, oh, please show this to 50%, and please show that to 50% of the people. So I hope that makes sense. Yeah, that is an example of how you don't even have to have any landing page tool. You can just use free Google Optimize. If you have the money, look at Optimizely or VWO. They all do pretty much the same with some more or less convenient features. So let's take a look at what we get from a dedicated landing page building tool like Instapage. This is a typical Instapage landing page, a very clear layout with an open form field. There are no surprises. You know what the website wants from you. Enter your data. Yeah. Start helping the world using technology, some social proof elements, or a bit more empathy elements with a little picture of that developer over there. And you can just enter the website and start screwing the world using technology. Yeah, now you don't even have to click on the edit button anymore, but you go straight into the text and just type it like a Word document. Yeah? It makes it even easier to change fonts and sizes and layout, and it keeps you from making a lot of mistakes. It also helps you to have a lot of ready-made sections. Let's say you want a testimonial section or a pricing section. You don't have to code it. You can just pick it out of the templates from Instapage, and Instapage will also make sure that it's mobile optimized and everything. That's the benefit that you get. You also get the huge benefit that usually, no matter how long your landing page is, it's gonna load in a second. And seriously, I mean like a second. We have tried landing pages that had 15 folds long. Yeah, at Gedankentanken, for example, where we also use Instapage. An event description. I was looking at it and I was like, oh my God, what would my Page Insights tool say? Nope, it just loads like this. Instapage is famous, especially for the integration with Google Ads. And now they are integrating more and more and more with Facebook as well, which actually gives you the ability to completely match the ad experience to the landing page. So that is why I'm using Instapage, and it's also giving me very clear analytics tools. Yeah, like this, I have an A/B test running, and you can see here, oh yeah, we have a lot of conversions here, and we see an uplift of 10% from 21.88 to 24%. But I can be very confident that this is a reliable improvement with all of those conversion and visitors on top. I can set up more than 2 splits. Any landing page tool and A/B test tool can do that. You can test ABC versions. I didn't want to go into measuring statistical significance here. That might be something we can get into in a more analytics-driven meetup. But you can get your conversion numbers and the visitors that have participated in the experiments easily and put it into your statistics tool and see, is the change statistically significant to your requirements? I usually go for 5% failure rate. Yeah, so 95% confidence I need. That's good enough for me. I usually don't have websites where I can afford just to only get a 1% failure rate. So that's Instapage. And then, as you mentioned, Hotjar. And the most amazing feature, that screen recording feature. You can see the mouse movement, and it's not an actual screen recording. It's a simulation of the session with the mouse. And you can see the most important thing at the moment, the interaction with the cookie banner of death. Yeah, we have to be a bit careful because this suggests that you have been running Hotjar before they actually consented already, but let's assume that's cool. In your case, you can see how they interact with that fucking cookie banner, and I promise you it will be revealing. People try to keep a half-screen cookie banner on all the time because they are afraid to press the X. It's super weird, yeah, and it's something that we, especially here in Germany and the EU, have to be conscious about and learn and see where people are clicking, how far they are scrolling down, how they are engaging through multiple screens in your app. Even if you have a single page application, it easily gets that, while all other A/B testing tools have problems recording single page applications or measuring conversions easily there without any custom code. So Hotjar is really a jewel. All right, thank you for that recommendation as well. Do you guys have any other recommendations on that end? I think from Cologne we have a tool. What is it called from David? That's a really bad miss. Sorry, mate. David Odenthal. It's his tool. Yes, exactly that one. Yeah. Yeah. We also have the French-based tool called AB Tasty here in Cologne. I'm talking about them, whether or not they can maybe give us some interesting trials to look at. But David, I'm sorry, I'll put it in the comments. So there are lots of tools that help you. And all they are supposed to do is make my life easier. Yeah, the landing page tools that I suggested here are making it easier. They make it more likely that you will actually do it. If I build an Instapage landing page, it's a project that takes me half an hour to an hour. Yeah, especially when I just copy the last version and build that. If you are talking to your developers about building another landing page and then you talk to the designer and then somebody else wants to talk about the copy, you're on a 3-week process. No, that needs to happen before lunch. Yeah, and that gives you the ability to A/B test. And once you got some results, now you go and ask the developers to put in that change into your live production environment. You do not have to bother your developers for every little change anymore. You do the change, test it. If it sucks, you don't need to talk about it. But if it is consistently a better improvement, tell your developer to put it in or put it in yourself. But do it faster. It's about tempo. Yeah, those tools make it easier and faster and makes the probability way higher that by tomorrow before lunch, you have all set up an A/B test.